What's going on, everybody? Today's episode on Jigsaw is going to be on if you should have chats on your website for your online business. The short answer is yes, absolutely. The long answer is no, not necessarily. And I'll get into that in just a bit. To start, yes, chats will help you get customers to convert into sales. Because whenever a browser goes to your website, they go to the chat, they see a real human being answers, they're going to feel more confident in spending money in your product or service or whatever you're selling. In my case, it's web hosting. Now, the problem comes is if you're a one-person operation, you have your website running 24 hours a day, and you're not always answering your chats. This is what happens. Browsers will go to your website, they'll go to the chat, nobody answers, then a concern will set in as to whether they should or should not spend money on your website. Most of the time they won't, because they don't want to go ahead and pay for a product or service that you're offering and then come to find it never gets shipped or the service never gets done. Now, for the good part of 11 years, I have a web hosting business, and I've had chats for probably 10 of those 11 years. 1 year I took a hiatus from chats to experiment to see what would be the advantages and disadvantages of not having chats. And there were some advantages, and of course some disadvantages. For example, the advantages that you never had to always have a person answering the chat. If someone would come to the website, okay, doesn't have a chat, but they have a help desk that I can click, send an email, or submit a ticket. Great. Disadvantage was I was competing with other sites that did have chats where it was more comfortable for the buyer to go ahead and purchase from that site instead of my site. Disadvantages as far as having chats, well, I couldn't always answer those chats. Maybe I was sleeping. Maybe I was busy with another client. Maybe I was busy having dinner with my family. I don't know, whatever it was, I wasn't always available to answer the chat. Even though the help desk was available, even though email is always available, chats, it's live and it happens then. There's no delay, no answering it back in an hour or whatnot. So what would happen in those instances, few of the chats would go unanswered, even worse than not having chats at all. So it's a double-edged sword if you're going to go ahead and have chats on your website or not. Now, technology today, most chat providers do give you a mobile app that works. Problem is, you do need internet connection always. So if you're inside of a mall or hospital or whatnot where there's no internet, your chat will go unanswered. I know that from experience. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. Problems and advantages. Problems when you don't offer chat is that you will lose sales. Advantages, it's less of an overhead, less manpower, easier to run, especially if your business is a part-time or a side business next to your main full-time job. You just can't offer chats. When I started 11 years ago, I was doing it on the side, part-time. I didn't have chats. And you know what? Business did grow. I offered the best service that I could offer. Things worked out. However, had I been doing it full-time from the get-go with chats, it probably would have worked out quicker for me. But you never want to give up your day job when you're just trying something out on the side. But that's on a whole other video. Other advantages and disadvantages, that's kind of the gist of it as far as you should offer chats. In a service type of business like web hosting, yeah, you gotta offer chats. Now, if you're having something, say, a website that offers goods, maybe you don't have to have chats. So it's up to you. Let me know, comment below. Let me know your experience. If you have any questions, ask them below. If you found this video helpful to you, go ahead and subscribe and like and hit the bell notification. That's all I have for now. Thank you all very much. Have an awesome day. Bye.